Welcome, everyone. This is a little live thing we do occasionally.
Once a month. Actually,
it's been more than a month.
Over a month because we were away. So we weren't going to do it while we were somewhere where we didn't know how internet was going to be.
Yeah, we actually did have internet, so that was handy. But
yeah.
We basically jump on and just talk some smack, talk some shop. And it gives you the freedom to just ask any questions while you're on here. So that's the gist of what we're doing here.
First one is Twilight. Do you guys want to talk about that?
Yes. So I just worked out. We have 9 spots left for Twilight over July and August. So if you are wanting to do a Twilight set with your session, you need to get in before the end of August. Actually, I don't even think it's the end of August. It's like the middle of August.
Yeah.
Oops, hang on.
You don't know what Twilight is? It's our exclusive sets. It's a seasonal thing. And it's basically got lots of candles and fireplace and looks amazing. So if you're into that vibe, definitely pick up one of these last dates that we have, because it ain't coming back until quite a while.
It's not coming back until like next winter because it is way too hot. It was what, 14 degrees today, and I was still sweating.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the aircon on. I actually had to turn it on because it was too hot. The last date is the 14th of August. Yeah. I was like sweating. I was like, oh, let's turn the aircon on. So we got Masquerade Ball.
Yes.
60 tickets left. That's it. And we are done. And we still got what, 3 months?
Yeah, like 3/4 of them.
Yes, coming up to 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you haven't got one, get one.
Do it.
Be a fun night. There's lots of cool, interesting stuff planned. Not going to give too much away, but yeah, it's not just like rock up and stand around and do nothing. There's lots going on. In fact, we were just looking at the schedule today, and we're just like, wow, there's
so much.
There's lots on. Like, there's not a lot of time just to sort of like mingle and do a lot of nothing. Like, I mean, if that's what you want to do all night, go for it. Nothing's mandatory. There's just a lot on that you can be a part of, and yeah, it's going to make for a fun night. It's going to be a quick night. It's going to go quick. Like, this is the kind of night you're going to look at your watch. I don't know what that was.
Children.
You look at your watch and go, holy shit, like 10 o'clock already, and holy shit, like 11 o'clock already. Like, it's just going to be fun and go quick.
Yeah. It's going to be a great time. Like we keep saying, we did it 2 years ago, and I was little baby at Angel Eyes then. It only just started. So with how much fun that was, not really knowing much about anything at that point, this year's going to be even better. We have, over the last week or so, have a bit of an influx of people buying tickets. So yeah, grab them while they're there.
Yeah. $40. Easy night. Yeah.
Don't be good.
All right.
Oh, and if you have tickets already, go into our event. And what are you wearing? What masks have you got? Post it in there, because I wanna spy on everybody and see what everyone's wearing. I know what I'm wearing, but I want to talk about it. So,
well, I have spoken to my amazing makeup artist, and she is going to design something for this. Because I'm not wearing a mask. I'm getting it painted on. Thank you, Brooke, for that amazing idea.
And just on the topic of what you're wearing, you have to wear more than a mask.
Please do.
Just saying.
Yes. Public decency.
Everyone's getting arrested.
No lingerie allowed. Sorry. You must wear.
I mean, you can wear it, but it's just got to be underneath something. It's not that kind of a party. Very, very fancy, black tie, that sort of stuff. So cocktail dresses, suits for the guys.
A chance to dress up.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a great night.
Fancy. I have a question. It's not boudoir related at all. What is the most? What'd you say?
Could be anything.
Find out. My question is, what is the most memorable fashion or hair decision that you have ever made?
So the worst? Memorable.
Memorable. That can be good or
I
bad.
haven't made many hair decisions in my life.
Okay.
Fair. That's
So
valid.
Dave and I have been together since 1998. So it's like 26 years, something like that. Anyway, when we were just out of high school, we were still dating, I asked him to cut my hair. Don't ask Dave to cut anyone's hair, ever. So my hair was like, you know, super curly and pretty long, and I wanted it sort of cut to here. Yeah, it went to here. And it went to here.
It's only because she was fussy and she wanted it straight.
Oh no.
I did learn never to trust my husband cutting anyone's hair ever again, and he has never done it since.
Cut my own hair. Just give it the old 3-blade.
Yeah. So
That you could do.
Dave will
See?
never do anyone's hair or makeup. Just putting that out there.
That's probably good.
Yes.
What about you?
Ronald McDonald wouldn't even get me to do his makeup.
Clown theme.
So can anyone beat that? That's the question. I will
Yes,
never
yeah.
forget that.
Let me know your hair or fashion choices. What about you, Dave? I know that you don't have hair decisions, but what about
But your
fashion?
Fashion. Well, I think for me, a fashion decision is deciding to wear a shirt that's not black.
That's Nicole as well.
Exactly, right? If I'm like,
Yeah.
if I'm
There's a
wearing
reason it's black.
if I'm wearing anything that's not a black shirt, that's like it's a big fashion decision in my book.
It really is. It really is. That's fair enough. I know what mine is, and it is from when I was just after I got out of grade 10. I was moving over to a different school, and they had more lax like hair choice stuff. The other one was like, you can't dye it any color, you can't even dye it a natural color. So I said to my parents, I'm like, I really, really want to dye my hair. And they were like, yeah, go for it. We don't care. I was like, cool. I dyed it 7 different colors.
Rainbow.
I
Did you
went
get
to a
expelled?
hairdresser. No. Well,
No.
so I went to a hairdresser to get it done. But by the time, because I got it right at the start of the school holidays over Christmas, so by the time that it had like faded out, I ended up dyeing it. So it had like a black border, and then 6 other colors were like throughout the middle. So I ended up having like a black border with platinum blonde when I started at the new school, but they didn't care. So I was having a great time.
Yeah. That's epic. I can just picture that. That's cool.
That's it.
Hello,
I feel like
Shree.
I'm
Trees on.
due for a new hair color soon. Hi, Sheree. Hi, Jackie.
No, but we haven't released a set yet.
That's true. We have Angel Eyes law now whenever I dye my hair.
Yeah, she's ready for a new set when she dyes her hair. Okay, Dave, what is your...
Questions aimed at me.
Well,
What's going on?
You haven't... Oh, it's right in front of me.
Oh, okay.
What is your favorite or most memorable photo from a session?
Most memorable photo. We've taken a lot.
We have. Actually, I know mine. Mine's from a recent shoot. It was because it was different. And you guys will see her images because they are amazing. I had a client bring in some handcuffs, and she's doing the looking glass set, and she had them behind her back. Lights and shadows, amazing. So I will have to release that one because that was epic.
Yes.
Personally, my most memorable changes because constantly finding new shots, new angles, or doing new sets and things like that. So for a photographer that takes lots and lots of photos, lots and lots of days of the week, the new stuff is always exciting. So when you sort of dive in and create a new set, it's brand new.
It's like, oh.
So that's always going to be the most exciting at that point in time. So for me, it's got to be something in Twilight because, I mean, candles and stuff, like, it's freaking amazing.
I love the arch in Twilight.
I mean, arches are always going to be
Arches
pretty
are
epic. For me, it was probably more like when I was just experimenting with like outside of the box stuff in my head, and I kind of went for that focus on the candle with them sort of like against the wall, blurred
yes.
out a bit, kind of like a
That's a new one.
voyeuristic sort of view thing. And I
love
kind of
that.
just, yeah, like I don't know, just came to my mind and I tried something and it worked really well. And it was like, holy, yeah, awesome.
And then we had to blow out the candle behind Dave so he didn't burn himself.
Every time. Dave says
forgets
he's
about
fine.
Actually, today I was taking that shot and Mel's behind me like doing that. And I thought I was on fire. She was trying to pat me out.
I put wax all over him. Like, trying to get rid of it.
Stay calm, get the shot, you're good.
It was just wax. It was all good.
Yeah, I feel like
Safety first.
I feel like I'd agree like to a degree with that answer as well. I mean, I could say that some of the prop shots, but we all know that I'm just obsessed with props and theming, so we're gonna discount that.
Mhm.
But I think for me as well, it does change. Like for the sessions that I'm actually like in there for, I really like the shots that when you show the client the photo, they're amazed by it because they didn't think they could arch like that, or they didn't think that they could look like that, or something like that. I like the shots where you can see that someone's realized something new about themselves.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
which is
Yeah.
kind of a cop-out answer because it's not an actual shot, but I like seeing that and seeing people's reaction to it. So
I love when clients come in and they are like themselves, and then
Dude, that's really mean.
no, stop, let me finish. Oh my god.
So bad.
keep the sentence going or it stops there, Mel.
You don't want it to stop right there. That's a bad thing to stop on. Where you put your full stop.
All right.
Amazing.
When a client comes in and they're really, really nervous, does that sound better? And then their confidence, they start to like ooze that confidence throughout the whole shoot. And then they walk out and they're like, yeah, I'm hot. I love that. Absolutely love it.
We've had people want to walk out to their car at the end of the session in their lingerie, just being like, feeling good.
Let's go.
No, I love that. That's the best feeling for me, I believe.
Yeah.
So, Amy says, I was so scared before both shoots, but definitely glad I did them. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we help you relax and feel comfortable once you're in front of the camera?
Once you're in front of the camera. See, I was going to say a little bit of bubbly prior, but that would be prior to the camera. Once you're in front of the camera, we operate fairly quickly. So what I mean by that is that we go
pretty much.
Mel has a whip. She starts whipping you. Come on, pose. No. We roll through each thing quick. We don't allow for like moments where we sort of sit down and go, what do we do next? And we sort of we've always got a plan. We're always like several moves ahead sort of thing where we know what's next and stuff. So we pose, we take the shots, we instruct, take a few more shots, things like that. And when we're done with that, we're like, okay, next instruction, da-da-da-da-da. And we sort of just flow things. We always set our poses up too so that you're not like up here, over there, back up here, over there, back up here, over there, sort of thing. We make sure that we have a bit of a flow to it so everything sort of just flows.
Yeah. Ease.
And
this is why I lose my voice, because there is so much instructions. I'm literally telling you like where to put your hands, close your legs, like move your legs up and down.
And I think we just have fun. Like we're pretty easy going, and
as you can tell,
we like to have a laugh. We like to.
He likes to make fun of me all through the shoot, and if Nicole's there, she picks on me too.
It's true.
But you know, we just a bit of banter in the shoot, bit of fun and everything like that, and everyone's having fun, laughing and enjoying themselves, and it just goes quick, and you forget to be nervous.
Yeah.
You go in nervous, you're sitting there, you're thinking, your brain's going overdrive, thinking about things and stuff. Usually it's a lot on your shoulders, like how am I going to do this, or am I going to be good at that? But when you're actually in front of the camera, it just rolls through, and you're following instructions, you're doing your thing, you're getting shots, you're seeing that they're looking great, and you're having fun. And it's just then you finish up and you go, oh, whoops, I forgot to be nervous.
Yeah. Well, that's what and Amy just commented as well, and she said you make it fun, which that reminded me of Catherine, I think, mentioned recently as well, because I remember that session, and she was saying that, you know, we were just laughing the whole time, and we were just like chatting. I remember that one because I was in there as well, and it was very much, we were kind of like, okay, we actually have to do what you came here for. Take a photo.
You had to stop talking.
Right. We need to shut up, take some photos. Let's go.
Yes. So it's just it's very relaxed, and it's one of those things where it's like everyone's kind of like, oh, it'll be fine, you'll relax, it'll be okay. But when that actually happens, from what I've witnessed, is that you kind of don't realize the point in which you relax. It just flows, and then suddenly you're like, yeah, cool, I'm getting into the pose. And then it's just such a stark difference seeing people at the start compared to the end, where they're just like talking, oh yeah, pose. Oh yeah, anyway, so what we're talking about.
100%.
How did you find out about Boudoir initially?
It was a family photo shoot client. So our backstory is that we've been photographers for 15 years. I think that's about right.
Could be 16, yeah.
Could be 16. So I was the family photographer for 12 of those years. And then Dave did like sports photography, so in the studio. So one of my family clients actually messaged me and said, hey, can you do a boudoir shoot for me? And I'm like, a what? I had no idea what she was talking about. I'm like, let me think on that. And then I looked into it. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. This is like just so empowering and just so like self-love. I'm like, oh, I really like this. So I sort of put it to Dave. I said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this kind of photography. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it with you. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay. And that started 5.5 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I knew that there's photo shoots that existed, like lingerie and stuff. Like, I mean, have you walked in the shops and gone past bras and things? Of course.
But I never knew what boudoir meant.
But yeah, the actual...
I knew what it was, but didn't know what the word was.
The confidence building, the empowerment, the body love side of it was something that I never even knew of until we looked into it and went, this is really cool.
Yeah.
It's got real purpose behind it. Like, it's
because at that time Dave was doing sports photography, and it was basically for like teenagers and their sports way. It was more empowering for them as well.
Yeah, it was a real confidence boost for the teens to sort of kind of express their passions and their skill sets and stuff through photography, because a lot of them are into sports and that. So this is one way they could express themselves through the camera and do that. So it fell a lot in line with it in a complete different way. The same message, but a complete different method of doing it. So that's where it really hit me to go, this is really cool, and we can make a real difference here, and found real purpose. Yeah.
And we've loved it ever since.
So we got on, we went through a phase of going, oh my God, like, can we even do this? Because we're definitely the types of people that to do something, we're going to do it right. We're not just going to wing it. We'll research, we'll do education, stuff like that. So we did that. And I swear to God, it was like going to uni. It was like, we're talking like learning about sculptures and stuff from like ancient history, all this sort of stuff, and why that applies and things like that. And we're just like, are we out of our depth here? Like, this is full on. But then, like, the more we learn, especially when it came to the posing side of it and the whys and the hows and stuff, we were like overwhelmed at first, but we kind of stuck to our guns and push through, and then actually it like absorbed into the brain, and it was like, hey, cool, we're learning. And yeah, and then you apply your own creative sort of added to it. And then you have what is boudoir photography. So
yeah, that actually goes into another question. We say there is a knowledge and theory behind the posing we do, but what do we mean by this? And you can continue on that.
Knowledge and theory is, yeah, just that. The theory behind posing is why we pose a certain way, like what's the eye drawn to, like when it comes to the human brain, where we tapering down or things like that. The same sort of works for landscape photography and other things as well. There's a lot of theory behind things and why things are done, and there's certain rules. And this is where it gets complicated. Then there are rules that you're allowed to break as long as you have a reason to break them. And then that can just make you go, but why? But once you sort of start to understand, you start doing it yourself, you start to learn why you're breaking certain rules. But then you apply all the other rules the way they're supposed to be based on the theory. And it's actually not that difficult once you learn all that. And yeah,
we have so many years of experience, but also education behind us as well. Not anyone can just pick up a camera and become a boudoir photographer. There is a very high risk of really impacting somebody's self-esteem and their confidence if you don't know how to pose them properly. So I urge you, anyone, do your research on your boudoir photographer. Make sure that their portfolio matches your body type so that you know that they can shoot you. So that's my little rant on that, because I have had a few clients come through who have gone to other people and it has literally shocked them to the core that their photos were just so bad for them. It just ruined their self-confidence.
Had the opposite effect. And we're lucky that they actually chose to give boudoir photography a go again, because it kind of almost tarnished that whole experience for them, simply because they had someone that didn't really know what they were doing. They sort of just winged it. And like, you know, it can be hard looking through other people's folios too sometimes, because I understand it. You get this a lot with weddings, where you'll see someone's portfolio and you'll see the best of the best stuff that they do. But what you want to see is a job that they do, like something they do from the start to the finish, not just these are the best shots of 100 different clients that I've taken, because you're not going to get all those sort of things. Everyone has the capability of getting a lucky shot just by random chance, but you want someone that knows how to get that shot, how to get it every time they want to take that shot, not just like, here's 1,000 photos and bang, got a good one. So yeah, definitely.
What they call spray and pray.
Yeah.
We are definitely not spray and pray shooters. We are very systematic shooters. Dave knows exactly what he's looking for every single time. So if you have a look back through our portfolio, you'll see the same photo in multiple clients. We do have, not to say that we do the same shoot every single time, but we have our go-to shots and ones that everyone loves, and then we've got our creativeness that we do as well. So especially if you got repeat clients coming back, which we have a lot of them, we will make sure that no shot is identical to the shot that the shoot that they did last time. So
It's always,
and I was going to say as well,
you go.
I was just going to say with the even just like testing out new sets and that sort of stuff, like for me, like experiencing that kind of for the first time in person with Twilight and that sort of stuff, like watching and being involved in the process of creating it is very systematic. It's not like we set it up and we make sure that the background looks good and that's it. Like we are sitting there and we'll test poses, we'll look at old poses that we don't use anymore and be like, okay, well, we could change this and it'd create a new shot. And then from there, it's Dave being like, now don't move, I need to get the lighting right, because it needs to reflect off here and do that. It's very, very systematic. But what I wanted to add on about the whole, you know, having the right images and that sort of stuff, and kind of choosing people that choosing a photographer that photographs your body type is that coming from someone who studied, you know, media and communication, I've done marketing for years now, insider knowledge, and it's maybe common sense to know this, people always put their best foot forward. Always. They will always put the cream of the crop images on their website. They will always prioritize, which makes sense. They want to show you their good work, which is great. But what I will say is delve deeper, do your own research, whether that's going deep down into their gallery on their website, whether it's scrolling back through social media, whether it's going to Google reviews, do that extra research. And that's how you either, you uncover the little eggs, whether it's a, you know, a rotten egg or whether it's a golden egg, you don't know, but do that research yourself, especially with boudoir, where it can have such an impact on your confidence.
Absolutely. So, it's so important. I've heard just horror stories of people just losing all self-confidence and it's just wrong photographer.
It's like, you know, with a good photographer, you know, there's good angles, there's good poses, things like that. There's also the vice versa to that. There's definitely going to be bad angles. There's definitely going to be bad poses. What I mean by that is if someone said like, hey, like tuck your chin and do something, you're going to be like, yeah, this looks great. Like, of course it doesn't. Like, but you know what I mean?
Like, have that triple chin.
There's always
posture, ladies.
There's always ways where things can go wrong. And then, of course, when you see that, you've had a professional tell you to do something, you've done it to the best of your ability, and then you see the photo and you're like, I just don't look good. So what's that going to do? You're gonna wear that on you. Like, you're not gonna blame anyone else because they're a professional and they told you how to do it perfectly, and then you went and did it and you look like a potato. You're like, and then you're like, well, that's just me. But, you know, and that's not fair because it's probably not you. Like, it could have been someone that didn't know what they were doing. So it definitely it's definitely important to
do your research.
Someone that is above board. So when you're setting up posing, right? And you fixing hair, jewelry, you're getting posing all sorted and everything. I don't know. No one probably ever notices this because the focus is on that right there, the posing. I'm sort of like weirdly like hovering, finding the right angle because everybody's different. If we've got a pose that we've done 100 times before, the light can bounce differently off different people's skin. Everyone's built different, you know, so there'll be sort of different angles and things that will work better. And I'll kind of just be weirdly kind of like moving the light or moving me and going, okay, like, yeah, I'm thinking right about here. Yep. So by the time we're ready for the shot, like you've set up the pose and everything like that, I'm like ready just to go, yep, I know exactly where I'm at. I know exactly where I want them to look and stuff like that. As opposed to like, if I was setting up the pose, I'd set all that up and then I'd have to go into that, all right, now where am I going to find this sort of thing. So it saves a lot of time in the process of getting that shot because we've got like a team system.
That is the benefit of working with us, is you get more variety because your time is not limited, but we go through 5 to 6 different sets in like an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. My brain's fried then. But because we have got the team, we're able to do it so quickly and so effectively and efficiently that it doesn't feel like that 2 hours is just gone. You don't even know.
You'll get more in that time frame.
Like, I looked at the clock today, it was like right on an hour and a half. I went, oh wow, we're done. That was like 5 sets done. It was awesome.
And I think that's the part of it as well, is that with like, whether it's Mel or I doing the posing, we're purely focused on you at that point. So we'll get you into the pose, you know, legs together, we'll move it straight hair that's going away, we'll like fix up your necklace. We're paying attention and we're able to just pay attention to you and pay attention to that. So then in turn, Dave, all he has to do then is set up that shot, and it gives him more time to be like, oh yeah, actually this slight angle change is better. So we each have our things that we are dedicated to doing, which means we can put more time and effort into you in those aspects.
Yeah,
separately.
the finer details aren't missed because there's the two of us. So.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll be like, just about to take that shot, and then like Nicole's handle come in and fix up like a little bit of hair or something. Like, click.
There's many a photo bombing of Mel.
Yeah.
Or just a hand, or
Yes. Like, hang on, I'm coming in for hair.
And that's
Always.
and that's not counting the looking glass set, which is our mirror set, which is
Where we
just chaos of reflections and running around.
yeah, I'll be like ready to take a shot about, hey Nicole, you got, yeah, I can see you. You'll be like, oh crap.
And I just
Run away. Amy made the perfect point. Doing what you're doing, you can either empower someone or have the complete opposite happen. It's so important to find the right photographer.
Yeah.
100% agree. And it doesn't have to be us. If we don't vibe, if you don't vibe with us, that's totally fine. Just do your research. Make sure you find somebody that you can trust, you love their work, and you could see your body type in their portfolio consistently. That's, yeah.
And because that's the thing, we obviously would love to work with you and do a session with you, but if you look into us and you want to go with us but you don't like the style of photography or something like that, when it comes down to it, will you still be happy with those images at the end? We want you to be happy with the end result for it. So yeah, look into it, make sure. We'd love for it to be us, but if it's not, that's okay.
Yeah, if you're looking for more of the like erotica style, that's not us. We don't do that. We will do tasteful nudes. I'll say that quietly. Don't get flagged by Facebook. But we will always have like your legs closed. Unless I think there's one shot that will do with your legs open, but your hands in between. So you can't see anything.
That's in the dark and moody, there's shadows.
Yeah.
Or we change the angle so that it's okay based on the angle we're shooting from. So
full frontal on front, not going to happen.
And that's just our style. That's how we like to shoot. We like to keep it tasteful and elegant and kind of leave things for the imagination and stuff like that. Some photographers have styles out there which is a lot more raunchy and full on, and that's okay too because there is a market for that. So yeah, obviously if there's a different style that you're after, that's great, but the same rule applies, is just find someone that you know you can trust to do the job right, to work with. It's all very important. Yeah, we're part of a lot of networks with Boudoir Photography from all around the world too. And you do hear and see some stuff that really makes you go, really? Like,
yeah, there's one that comes to mind. I won't repeat it, but
yeah.
I'd like to say from my perspective with that sort of stuff as well, that so when we were getting some of the images initially for Twilight, when we were kind of like getting the photos and doing the posing and that sort of stuff, even for, so I've done a shoot before, I think it was last January, I want to say I did it, January 2023. I feel like that's right.
When did you leave it?
Mid last year. So yeah, it would have been,
that would have been
January 2023. So I've done a session myself with these guys and all that sort of stuff. For perspective, even when we were doing the Twilight images and we were kind of getting photos and then there was light reflection, I wear all black in the dark and moody studio. Does not work.
No.
When we got photos and I was kind of being the test dummy for a couple of those shots and that sort of stuff, even then, having done a session with them and having, been employed for coming up to like 2 years with these guys, they were still like, are you comfortable doing that? Even that.
100%.
It's for you guys, but just know that that's how they genuinely are as people as well. So
yeah. I think when I did my test shots with you, I remember saying to you, are you comfortable with me going in lingerie? Like that's just the professionalism that we hold with one another.
It's almost just like common sense to us.
Yeah.
Like, I'd feel like if anyone came out of a photo shoot with us and felt weirded out, creeped out, unsafe, or anything like that, I would feel terrible. Like I would feel, my heart would just be sunk to the bottom. Like I would feel like shit. Like how did that happen? Like why? Like
because we are 100% above board all the time. Always will be.
Like obviously the goal of the day is to get amazing photos, but the goal is also for whoever walks through those doors to come in for a photo shoot, the goal is for them to feel amazing, to feel 100% great about themselves, for their confidence to lift and all that. So, you know, if we're not reaching that goal, we're not excited, we're not happy, we're not
doing our job.
accomplished.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own different comfort levels too. Like, so, like some people will do like the nude set and stuff and just be like walk around nude and stuff, like not giving that's they're comfortable with that. For us, we whatever, like, you know, your comfort's the priority sort of thing. For some people, they're like a massive step outside of that comfort zone doing that sort of stuff. So if any time that they've got to move from one spot to another, like a bit of furniture to another, or one set to another set sort of thing, like there's always something you can wear in the intern, like a robe, or like the sheet set, you take the sheet with you sort of thing, like, or Nicole's safety pillow.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yes.
My safety pillow.
A big fluffy pillow that she dubbed the safety pillow. So, because if that is where you're at as a comfort level, then that's totally fine, and it's not going to be weird. It's not weird at all to want to do that.
No.
We live in a world where we're generally covered up more time than we're not. So
I am hopefully going to do a studio tour.
I call that. You got to do more than studio tours.
I like my studio tours.
You got to do more than studio tours.
All right, I'll do some lingerie then. I'll show you what's in the lingerie.
I knew it was going to be a studio tour.
See, this is why you need to ask questions.
Yes. Yeah, so
specifically in the comments, ask questions, and I'll make Mel answer them on a live for you.
I don't know what to talk about. Like, Nicole literally gives me an A4 sheet of questions. Go, okay, you're going to talk about this tonight. I'm like, okay. But if I don't know what I'm talking about, you got to tell me. Like,
any topics you want to know about, just throw it in the comments. Mel will do a live.
I don't know if anyone saw on our reels over on Facebook or Instagram or over on our TikTok. But I did a lingerie try on, but G-rated version because I had tights and a singlet underneath. Who wants to see Mel do it?
Oh God, I don't think I've got any black leggings.
I walked in on you when you were filming that. That was weird. I was out the back working on one of the new sets. There's a bit of a building thing going on for a new set, so that's coming soon. And then I've gone in, I think I had to duck out the Bunnings for stuff. And I've gone in to say to Nicole, like, hey, I'm just ducking out, whatever. And I've walked in and she's like wearing like singlet pants and stuff and then got lingerie over the top. And I was like, okay.
I was just filming. We were in like completely different areas of the studio. So I hadn't explained at all what I was doing. And I was just standing there with these tights on. There it is. These tights on, a black singlet, and then just one of the one-piece lingerie sets over. And I'm like, look. But I did just want to mention as well, it is the 2nd of July, which means that we have passed Pride Month, which was in June. But our Pride sessions are still ongoing. Obviously, Pride Month is June, but it is not just restricted to that 1 month. So we are letting you know that the Pride sessions are still ongoing. I'm pretty sure that is up until the end of August. We have the specific promotion going on, which is the $99 session fee as well. So if that's something that you would like to do, if you have questions about anything like that, just letting you know that that is absolutely something that we accept, and we would love to have you in the studio. So if you have seen one of the Pride session posts or anything like that, we'll put up a few posts just as reminders throughout the next couple of months as well. But yeah, if that's something that you want to do, if you've got questions, feel free to message any of us and ask. We'd love to have a chat to you about it.
Easy. All right. Now there's one more.
There's one more? You said that
This one.
10 more ago.
Do we want to do this or do we not want to do this? One. It's the last stop point.
I'm trying to think of questions that I'd like written down and how scandalous they are.
It's the last dot point up the top. See, Nicole has the same document. She created the document for me so we know what we're talking about.
I'd love to give a little hint, but the only things I can think of are too obvious. Like, it's got to be really cryptic.
I do like what she said there.
I know what it is. Yeah.
That could work.
All right.
Let's throw it out there.
So our next set is coming September. Is that correct?
Mhm.
All right. So we are releasing our newest set in September. It's only going to be available until the end of, well, middle of December, because we stop work in the middle of December.
Mhm.
And it's
You only say that quote though.
Yeah.
Nothing about it. Just
our hint, if you're listening, will be that's all I'm going to say.
That's all you're getting for now.
Yes.
Feel free to take your guesses at what it might be. Yes, we are in the works of it, and we will be. Keep an eye out in September. I'm trying to be so careful with my wording right now. Keep an eye out in September for the new set. We are very, very excited about this one, but that is the one hint that you are getting. So feel free to guess, and we may or may not respond.
All right, we're gonna get off. Head off. My words are gone. Mwah, love you all. See you in the next one.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.